Hi everyone, I'm Jay, I'm the good teacher, and this is going to be the last video for today. I want to talk about developing a culture in your classroom. And the reason this is important, at least for me, is because this is actually the best way to instill a sense of discipline in your classroom without having to get up and yell at your students, without having to do parent-teacher conferences all the time, without having to report, crazy issues. Because when you develop a community within your classroom, the students keep each other accountable, and you only have to come in and discipline them when you see that the situation of whatever the problem may be has arisen to a point where the students can no longer handle it. For example, during my year as a 5th grade math and science teacher, I developed a sense of community within the classroom. And of course, I didn't just give them, hugs all the time, shake their hands. There were rules that we each had to, follow from each other. For example, I had 10 rules for my students, but I also had 10 rules for me. And I made sure that my students knew that, yes, I'm going to give them rules to follow, but I have rules that I have to follow too. And one of those rules is, I will do my best to help you. I think that was like rule number 1 or 2 on that list I made a while ago. And my students, they would always be reminded of that because I would always have those 10 rules for the teacher above my table. So whenever I sat at my table, if a student ever looked at me, they would see the 10 rules and they know that, this teacher has to follow these rules. So I have to follow the student rules. And, it just created a sense of community. It created a sense of trust between the student and the teacher because we both have responsibilities and expectations from each other that we need to follow. And I think that is one of the best things we could do. Don't just keep the students accountable because they can keep themselves accountable. But you got to keep yourself accountable too. You are a teacher. You are the example that the students must follow. But anyways, that's it for now. Take care.